let's now look at dividing fractions. So I have a couple props here to illustrate how this works. I have a big bowl of Cheerios. I have a measuring device that measures up to 2 cups. Right up here, the top line is 2 cups. Okay. So not all the way to the top, but the top line here is 2 cups. I have a measuring cup that's 1 cup, a half a cup, and a fourth of a cup. Okay. So let's just do a quick review of division with whole numbers, and then we'll look at fractions. So if I have something just like 2 divided by 1, what that's saying is how many times does 1 fit into 2? In other words, here is my measuring device of 2 cups. If I take my 1 cup scoop right here, scoop up some Cheerios, pour them in, I'm not quite to the top, pour another cup, and there I hit 2 cups. So this is why 2 divided by 1 equals 2. It's actually the same idea with fractions. You know, that throws people off maybe a little bit, but it's actually the same idea. So let's erase the divided by 1 and let's divide by half a cup and see what happens. So 2 divided by a half. You write that a little clearer. There we go. So 2 divided by 1/2. So I'm going to pour this back in. I'm going to remove my 1 cup. I'm going to put that to the side. Pour my Cheerios back in. Now I'm going to take my half cup and see how many half cups I need to fill up the 2. So I'm going to scoop 1 here, dump it in, not there yet. Dump it in, not there. So this is on to number 3 now. I'm still not at the top. Another one. Scoop number 4. And there we go, right to the top. Scoop number 4 is what did it. So 2 divided by 1/2 is 4. So what we're essentially doing is taking this number right here and multiplying it by the reciprocal, or what we call reversing the numerator and the denominator, putting the numerator in the denominator and putting the denominator in the numerator, and then multiplying. So this becomes 2 over 1. And I'm going to rewrite 2 also as 2 over 1 because, as we just saw previously, 2 divided by 1 is in fact 2. So I'm just going to rewrite it like that. And now we multiply across. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 4 divided by 1 is 4. So this is why in division with fractions you multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so let's take a look at another example. This time I'm going to divide by 1/4. So take a second now to think about what you think this answer might be. Okay, now I'm going to show it to you visually. So I'm going to pour this back into the big bowl. I'm going to put my 1/2 away. I'm going to use my 1/4. Okay. So 2 divided by 1/4. In other words, how many 1/4 scoops are needed to go into 2 cups, to fill up this device that goes up to 2 cups. So I'm going to need 1. Obviously this is going to take longer because 1/4 is the smallest cup so far. 2, 3, not there, 4, definitely need more, 5, 6, still not there, 7, and 8 gets us exactly up to the 2 cups right here. So 2 divided by 1/4 is 8. In other words, what this becomes is 2 over 1 times the reciprocal, 4 over 1, which equals 2 times 4 is 8, 1 times 1 is 1, and 8 over 1 equals 8, which is what we saw when we did the scooping right here. But obviously you don't want to do this every time, and you don't even want to do this one more time necessarily after you've seen this demonstration. You want to be able to just go straight into it. So let's look at a problem where I won't use any Cheerios. So let's look at maybe 4 divided by 1/4. Well, 4 divided by 1/4 would be multiplying by the reciprocal. So 4 divided by 1/4 becomes 4 over 1 times 4 over 1, which equals 16 over 1, which equals 16. Yeah. But let's look now at a problem where we don't have 1 in the numerator or the denominator. Let's say we have 3 over 5 divided by 2 over 3. Well, it's still the same process. We take our number to the left here, 3 over 5, and we multiply it by the reciprocal of this number right here, which would be 3 over 2. And now we multiply across. Numerator times numerator is 9, and denominator times denominator is 10. So 3/5 divided by 2/3 would be 9 over 10. So again, to summarize, take the number on the left and then multiply it by the reciprocal of the number on the right. Or, if you see it written like this, with a fraction as the numerator and a fraction as the denominator to signal division, you stick with your numerator and you take the denominator, the reciprocal of the denominator, and multiply it by the numerator. So that would become 9 over 10. Just another notation how you might see it. So this concludes this video on dividing fractions.